aim of your job application, CV and cover letter is to get the reader to stop in their tracks and go, whoa, I like the sound of this person. We've got to get them in for an interview. As you know, the job market is more competitive than ever these days, so you've got to stand out from the crowd and make your job application shine. But how? And this is the question I would ask myself over and over again when applying for jobs. How do you make yourself stand out from the crowd when there's tens, hundreds, and sometimes even thousands for graduate jobs of other people with the same skills and the same experience as you applying for that one role? After years of my very own rejections, my very own job offers, and hours of my own research, luckily for you, I've put together 5 ways that will make your job application stand out from the crowd and get you in front of an interviewer. The 5th and final tip of this video is my secret weapon to making your job application stand out from everyone else's. It's a tip that's got me interviews and has even got me job offers, so make sure you stick around for that. Tip number 1, simple, be passionate. If you really want the job you're applying for, if you would love to work for that company, then say it in your application. Don't shy away from expressing passion. Say in your cover letter that you would love to work for the company, because you've got to make the company that you're applying to feel special in your job application. They're going to want to hire people that really want to be part of their organisation. So make that clear from the get-go in your application. Equally, if you don't really want the job or you don't really love the company that you're about to apply to, check yourself, okay? Because job applications take hours, so it's better devoting time to making standout applications for the jobs that you really love and that you'd be really perfect for, rather than wasting your time on jobs that you don't really want or you're not a good fit for. Second up, show some personality. Recruiters and hiring managers are dying to see personality in your job application. Remember, it's people recruiting people here, so as well as seeking someone with all the right skills and experience, the hiring manager is going to want to hire someone that's interesting, that's down to earth. You need to be someone that they're going to want to spend 5 out of their 7 days a week with. So how the hell do I show my personality on paper? You're probably saying, well, if you've got any hobbies and interests that show that there's more to you than just work, education and qualifications, big these up in your job application. What you do and who you are outside of work can really help genuinely set you aside from other candidates. You've got to be different and memorable. So maybe you've traveled to some really cool places, or if you have any cool hobbies outside of work that show your layers to your personality, that's going to intrigue a hiring manager. In a previous job that I worked in, we were hiring for new graduates and I was supporting the recruitment process. And when it came to shortlisting candidates, we had hundreds of applications. We were sifting through who to choose from. One of the deciding factors for that company was, do they have any hobbies and interests that show that that candidate has personality, that shows that that candidate was interesting and different? It wasn't all about the grades and their education. Plus, if you have hobbies and interests that lend themselves to the career that you're applying for, that demonstrate the skills and experience that that company is asking for, even better. So do not leave that out of your application. So many people leave out hobbies and interests off their CV or just completely overlook it in their online job application. So make sure that's not you. Stand out and big up your personality. Now, you'll have heard it a million times before. Employers are looking for well-rounded individuals. So if you're worrying, oh my God, I haven't got any interesting or relevant hobbies, maybe you weren't part of any societies, groups, clubs at school or uni that can demonstrate how well-rounded you are, do something about it. And one way to do that is to learn a new skill. If you need to add more to your CV, choose a skill that you can learn that will benefit the role or the company that you're applying to. There are hundreds of courses online, loads of them are for free. YouTube has millions of free tutorials. And with the coronavirus pandemic at the moment, there's been a boom in companies and organizations providing and offering online courses for you to learn new skills. So make use of that. Learn something new and add it to your CV. Learn something different from what everyone else is going to be learning. If you're a student or a graduate, learn something that they won't teach you at school and university, because that's going to give you something that all the other students and graduates applying for that job aren't going to have. Learn a skill that's sought after currently, like coding. Maybe you could learn another language. You don't have to become qualified or have entirely completed the course or become fluent in that language that you're learning by the time you're applying. Just showing, look, I'm learning a new skill on your CV. I'm taking the time to apply myself, to gain new knowledge and gain new skills outside of work. That is going to make you stand out. It's going to show that you're proactive, you're motivated, and you're well-rounded. And that is so employable. The second thing that you can do to up your well-roundedness game whilst making your application stand out is to organize something. Recruiters love people who demonstrate initiative, leadership, creativity, and organization skills they love. So just organize something like an event or set up a project or a side hustle. If you like baking, you can hold a bake sale that maybe, donates the proceeds to charity. If you like running, set up a weekly running club. Just organize something that can show a difference from other candidates. If you like writing, create a blog and write about something relevant to the career that you're applying for. Using your initiative to challenge yourself to organize something that is not something everyone else is going to be doing, and it's going to bulk out your CV. Organising something will mean you're going to be learning new skills whilst running your side project, and it's likely that you're going to come across challenges and problems that you have to solve too, and all of these you can add to and talk about in your job applications and in your interviews. Plus, organising something, being proactive and doing something that you haven't been asked to do whilst you're unemployed and looking for work is also going to show that, hey, I'm not lazy. I make the most of my free time. I voluntarily better myself. I want to better my skills, and I want to use my time to give back. Employers are going to love that. Finally, my fifth and final really important tip that I think if you follow the advice of this tip, you're pretty much going to have the job interview or maybe even the job offer in the bag. Now, a little upfront disclaimer for this tip: following this advice is going to require some extra work for your job application. However, doing this is potentially going to save you from more rejections, more tears, and it could potentially land you the job that you're after. So if you found a job opening or a company that you think you'd be really perfect for and you really want it, my final secret weapon is to get creative and go the extra mile. Just think about it for a second. Everyone's going to be submitting a CV, a cover letter, and an online application form. So you've got to break the mold and make the recruiter stop in their tracks, provide them with something more, something they haven't asked for. This tip says provide a little bit of extra material that demonstrates your passion for the company, your skills and creativity, and it shows that you're willing to make the effort and go the extra mile to get this job. What do I mean by extra material? I mean create or produce something, a document, a piece of work, a design that says to the company or that department that you're applying for, do you know what? I've researched and understand what you do. I'm so passionate about it that I've gone the extra mile and I've created my own piece of work to show you what I could and would do if you gave me the job. Let me give you some examples if you're thinking, what on earth is she talking about? So if you're applying for a job in, say, like a marketing or advertising agency, you could create a one-page made-up ad or a promotional piece for one of that company's clients and add it to your job application. Any job or company that requires you to be creative, if you were to get that job, is just screaming out for you to create something to present them with in your job application. So if you're applying for a job in journalism, you could write a topical article that suits the style of the publication that you are applying for. If you're applying for a job in PR, write a press release for one of the company's clients. This can also work for non-creative jobs too. So maybe you're applying for a role with like a business or economicsy background. Economicsy? Well, you could read a current topical report published by the company and just get on Google, get on LinkedIn, see what they're posting, grab one of their reports, provide a comment piece on it with your thoughts and ideas on the topic maybe. Look into maybe like a piece of recent work they've done or a deal. form an opinion on it, whack it on a piece of paper, add it to your application. If you're applying for a legal role, you could find out about a case that's currently being covered in the media and create like a for and against argument piece about it. Now, some quick do's and don'ts on creating this extra piece of material. You want to make sure firstly that you're using the job description, understand what you'd be doing in the role that you're applying for, and create something based on that. Demonstrate yourself doing something that you'd literally be doing every day if you got that job. It's literally going to be showing that hiring manager, hey, I can do the job before I've even got it. You also want to make sure that your extra piece of material is specifically relevant to that company you're applying for. So use their name, use their logos, use their color palette, their keywords, their language in your extra materials. That's going to be showing them that, hey, I'm the sort of person that's your type and I already slot into your tribe. Remember as well, time is money to recruiters, so you've got to keep this extra piece as short and sweet as possible, because unfortunately, as we all know, recruiters don't have time to read pages and pages of content. Make it visual and eye-catching as well if you can, because again, you want that recruiter to be seeing something different and stopping in their tracks. And finally, don't get too hung up on or conscious that your ideas in this extra material, they're going to be judged, or oh my god, what if they're not good enough? The key in providing this extra piece of work with your job application is to demonstrate, I've done something extra that other candidates aren't going to do. I've made more effort and I've gone the extra mile over and above everyone else because this is how much I want the job. Now, if you're thinking, oh my god, this is going to take forever. Yeah, it does take time. But the time it takes is what's important, because doing this could be the key to unlocking the job offer that you really want. So if you really, really want a job that you come across, take the time, go the extra mile to make yourself stand out. You're literally going to have no regrets. So those are my top 5 tips in how to make your job application stand out from the crowd. They're tips that I picked up through my own first-hand personal experience over the years and ended up working for me. They're tips that I've researched and found out recently and thought, oh my god, if I knew this back when I was applying for jobs, it would have made life so much easier. Keep going with your applications, apply all of these tips, and I promise you'll soon start to see those interview offers and even those job offers coming in. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video, which is going to be all about how to beat the online application systems, those bloody mysteries that no one seems to know how to navigate. So look out for that video too. Good luck with all of your job applications, and I'll see you again for another video.